Imagine receiving a note that says, "We are on a mission to kill 3 girls." Now imagine throwing that note away because you think it's just a prank. 2 months later, 3 young girls are found murdered at a summer camp. This is one of America's most disturbing cold cases, the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders. June 1977. Camp Scott, a Girl Scout camp hidden in the woods of Oklahoma, was preparing for another summer. Hundreds of children were arriving for what should have been a fun week of campfires, songs, and outdoor adventures. Among them were 3 friends, 8-year-old Lori Lee Farmer, 9-year-old Michelle Goose, and 10-year-old Doris Denise Milner. For them, it was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. Instead, it would become a nightmare. The girls spent their first evening settling into Tent 8. A thunderstorm rolled across the camp that night. Rain pounded the canvas tents. Most campers eventually fell asleep. But sometime during the darkness, someone entered the camp. Someone who knew exactly where to go. Someone who would leave behind one of the most horrifying crime scenes in Oklahoma history. The next morning, a camp counselor walked toward the shower area. At first, she noticed what looked like a sleeping bag lying on the trail. Then she got closer. Inside was the body of a young girl. Nearby were the bodies of 2 more children. All 3 Girl Scouts had been murdered. Investigators flooded the camp. Evidence suggested the killer had moved through the area during the night. A large flashlight was discovered near the bodies. Footprints were found. Hair samples were collected. But despite the evidence, the case immediately became complicated. Then detectives uncovered something chilling. 2 months before the murders, a camp counselor had found her belongings disturbed. Inside an empty donut box was a handwritten note. The message warned that 3 girls would be killed at camp. Camp staff believed it was a joke. The note was discarded. No investigation was launched. No extra security was added. And now, 3 girls were dead. Attention quickly turned to an escaped convict named Gene Leroy Hart. Hart had a violent criminal history and knew the area around Camp Scott extremely well. After a massive manhunt, authorities arrested him and charged him with the murders. Many believed the case was solved. But during trial, problems appeared. Some evidence pointed toward Hart. Other evidence didn't. A fingerprint found on a flashlight didn't match him. Footprint evidence raised questions. After hearing the case, the jury returned a shocking verdict: not guilty. With that decision, the murders officially became unsolved. Years passed, then decades. Families continued searching for answers. Investigators repeatedly revisited the evidence as DNA technology improved. Modern testing later suggested Hart may have been involved, yet the evidence was never strong enough to officially close the case. To this day, no one has been convicted. Nearly 50 years later, one question still haunts investigators. Was Gene Leroy Hart truly the killer? Or did the real murderer escape justice forever? And perhaps the most disturbing question of all, what if the warning note had been taken seriously? 3 young girls might still be alive today.